Prije svega, lijep pozdrav svima i sa moje strane. Hvala na mogućnosti za suradnju Slovenske carine na ovoj konferenciji. Ja ću sad nastaviti na engleskom jeziku, jer mislim da ću biti više razumljiva na ovaj način. Okay. I will talk today about the Slovenian experiences in cooperation between customs and postal services. The main topics is cooperation. So I want to show you today the experience of strong cooperation and the results that come out from this cooperation. On one side, I will talk about the cooperation between customs and Slovenian Post. With Slovenian Post, I mean Pošta Slovenije, Marjan in other words. Then I will spend some words about cooperation between Slovenian customs and express postal services, that mean other postal services. And in the end, we will come to the conclusion that cooperation is not only the best practice, but it's the only practice to achieve common interests in this whole story. So, at the beginning, just some words about the organization of customs procedures concerning postal consignments. As Marian said, I'm the director of the Regional Directorate of Ljubljana. It's one of 10 regional directorates, customs directorates in Slovenia. And it's competent for the central part of Slovenia and the southeastern part of Slovenia. But although it has some specific tasks, and one of these tasks is to deal with classic postal consignments. So we perform customs procedures for classic postal consignments for the whole territory of Slovenia. What concerns express consignments, these consignments are cleared, customs cleared at the competent local offices, mainly at the airport office of Ljubljana, but also from other local competent offices. So first we will stop at classic postal consignments. On the other side of customs there is the Slovenian Post, so Pošta Slovenije. Apart from the project about which talked Marian before, I have to say that we have a long time cooperation with Slovenian Post. We have a specific customs office which is located in the premises of the Ljubljana Logistics Center of the Slovenian Post. And there are customs and postal officials who are working together, hand to hand. They have to cooperate day to day and communicate between themselves, and what is more important, they have to solve problems in an efficient way. One important feature is that these customs and postal officials share the experiences regarding the selection of risky consignments. So this is very important that we concentrate on risky consignments and that the risky consignments are identified among all those number of other consignments which we deal with. We also have some experience in the adjustment of the working time in the busy period. With this I mean the period of the holiday, the period before holidays in November, December. But as the eat rate is increasing nearly every month, not only the November and December are becoming the busy period. So, as the eat rate is increasing, the result of this is that the increased number of customs procedures and also an increasing number of consignments that are subject to restriction and prohibition. With this, I mean consignments I talked about. These are risky consignments. These consignments that we really have to deal with. We can see some statistics about customs procedure with postal consignments, with classic postal consignments. You can see that we have a small number of normal written declaration, customs declaration. With this I mean customs declaration that are lodged in our automated import system, but that we mostly deal with so-called simplified procedure or oral declaration. This oral declaration, you know that it is used for non-commercial consignments, these consignments of low value. And I have to say that we have a lot of manual work at this moment with the calculation of duties for these consignments. In 2012, we have about 45,000 of this oral declaration, but the amount of collected duties from this oral declaration for this biggest job which customs does regarding concerning postal consignments is 908,000 euros altogether in 2012, in the last year. Almost the same is what concerns export procedures. Although the numbers are lower, we have around 1,000 normal written declaration for export consignments and about 14,000 of this small oral declaration for postal consignments. We talked about restriction and prohibitions. We are noticing that these consignments which are subject to restriction and prohibitions, the number of these consignments is also increasing. In the last year, we had around 500 cases of consignments which were subject to the procedure for intellectual property rights. These consignments, we found infringements on these consignments. We also found about 10 cases of import of prohibited drugs. But although we think we still have to do a lot on this issue. And there was just one case of CITES consignment which we dealt with. So, what are the main customs problems with this oral declaration, which represent the most part of our customs job? There is a lot of manual work at the moment in connection with calculation of duties for these consignments, and we have a limited possibility of systematic data analysis and risk assessment on these consignments. One of the important problems is that due to increase of hit rate, we expect that customs procedures will still increase, and we evaluated that the customs procedures every year increase for about 15%. In spite of that, we have limited human resources. Like it was said before, we have now 14 officials who are dealing with postal consignments. If these procedures still increase, we would have to employ more and more officials, but it is not effective. And we also have, in these crisis times, limited financial resources. So, what is the solution for all these problems? The solution is the project which was already presented today. And this is the project of Pošta Slovenije, which Slovenian customs got involved into. Slovenian customs agreed to take part in this project. The main contents of this project are that the application will be prepared by the Slovenian Post. Slovenian Post will assure data capturing and also calculating duties. And a prior selection of consignments will be performed from both sides, from the side of customs and from the side of postal officers. I don't mean apart, but they do this, they will perform this prior selection together, exchanging experiences. So the Slovenian customs will perform controls only on risky consignments. And we will also take the final decision about the release of these consignments. So we will act as a supervisor, a kind of supervisor of what the Slovenian Post will do. Now, as I talk about calculating the duties, that this task of calculating the duties will be transferred to Pošta Slovenije. As here are some of my colleagues from customs, from Serbian customs. You can, a normal question is, will Pošta Slovenije be able to calculate all these duties in the proper way? Will it be able to define the right customs value, the right customs number, a tariff number? I can say yes, Pošta Slovenije will be able to, because of the training, because of the communication. Each day we have with them, but only because of this, not only because of this. As you see in this graph, I already mentioned the total amount of annual duties data collected from this oral declaration, and this is 908,000 euros. And as you can see, it is not a great financial impact. And from this 908,000 euros, 90% of this is represented by the 20% VAT. So there is not a high risk of making mistakes in calculating duties. So what we have done with Pošta Slovenije in the last year on this project, we agreed the content of the data that will be captured in the application. We also defined the way of transfer the data from the application to our risk analysis system. We made the description of the working process and also the division of the tasks between the customs officials and between the postal officials. We also find a way to make an automated transfer of financial data from this postal application to our customs financial system. If we look at the common benefits of this project, the first and very important benefit is that there will be assured that all the risky consignments will be identified. Automated risk analysis system will be enabled. Data analysis will be enabled. A lot of most processes will be automated, so this will replace the current manual work of both officials, and customs work will be concentrated on the risky consignments. At last, but not at least, the time of releasing the consignments for delivery will be shortened. And this is very important for the Slovenian Post and for the clients which will get these consignments. A few more words about express consignments. We have a defined working process and a defined organization of dealing with express consignments. As I said before, mostly the most clearance procedures are performed at our airport customs office, and all the others are performed by the local competent customs offices. The main difference in comparison with classic postal consignments is that concerning express consignments, the data is already available in advance. So we can make this risk analysis faster and before lodging the complete the declaration with the complete data of the consignments. Sorry. Our basic activity is the pre-selection of the consignments, but I have to point out that the first pre-selection is done by the Postal Service. So the Postal Service, the Express Postal Service, makes its proposal of how the consignments shall be divided. And they divide the consignments into 3 groups. The first group is those which is not subject to the custom procedure because of the customs exemptions. Then there are high-value consignments which have to be submitted into the customs procedure but they propose the simplified customs procedure. And the third group is the group of the normal customs procedure. It means the risky consignments themselves. So what is the customs job? The customs job is to go through this selection, to make changes of the proposed statuses for these consignments, and to select the consignments for the physical control. One big difference from the classic postal consignments is that all the duty calculation of the duties goes through normal customs declaration. So all other consignments which will be cleared through the simplified procedure can be released immediately, and also without having all the data necessary to calculate the duties through the supplementary declaration. So the benefits are similar. Non-risky consignments are immediately released. The customs is only a supervisor of the selection which is performed by the postal service. And so we can concentrate and put all our efforts on the risky consignments. But although we have to make further improvement, we have to establish an improved electronic manifest, which will enable us to make the automated risk analysis of the consignments. At this point, I have to say that the solution we find for the classic postal procedures can be also applied for express postal consignments. The result is increased efficiency and even faster release of the consignments. So, as the conclusion, I have to say that cooperation with all these postal services brought us the following results. Increased work efficiency, so we don't need 14 customs officials to manually insert the data into the system, but we need 14 customs officials to deal with risky consignments, to look at them, to make physical controls, and to do it together with the postal officials. The immediate release of non-risky consignments is enabled, and the quality service for the clients is assured from the Slovenian Post. At the top of this cooperation, I would put the AEO status. This is the status of authorized economic operators. It is the most important status which is given from the part of customs to the companies, and it is a kind of it is a symbol of a good relationship between customs and the other side. The company which gets this status is treated like a reliable, most reliable company regarding what concerns customs procedure. So we are a lot of express postal services have already get these statuses, and we are also making progress with Pošta Slovenije in order to grant them this status as soon as possible. Thank you for your attention. I hope I haven't been too long. So,
pitanja? Pitanja? Ako nema, onda ću ja da pozovem pošte koje su danas prisutne. Da li ste razmišljali o statusu povlaštenog ekonomskog subjekta? Zašto vas to pitam? U Sloveniji ima 77 firmi taj status koje se bave međunarodnom trgovinom. Normalno i svi privatni integratori imaju taj status. A sa druge strane, naznake postoje da će, recimo, američka pošta u buduće raditi sa poštanskim operaterima samo s onima koji imaju taj status. A isto se nagoveštava da će taj status tražiti i pošte iz, ne znam, iz Japana i iz nekih drugih azijskih zemalja. Pa me sad zanima iz pošta, da li ste razmišljali, Bojana?
Pa, Pošta Srbije razmišlja u tom pravcu i već je podnela jedan zahtev upravi carine za takav jedan vid praktično postupanja, odnosno donošenja dozvole. Mislim da trenutno, okrenut ću se prema svojim kolegama iz Pošte carine, takvu dozvolu ima koliko preduzeća, Hemofarm, čini mi se, nema niko u Srbiji ovlašćeni. Evo, Tanja će pomoći, mislim da je procedura složena i vrlo ozbiljna za dobijanje ovlašćenog.
Hvala. U Republici Srbiji još ne postoji ni jedan ovlašćeni privredni subjekt. Imamo neka pojednostavljenja, međutim, AEO još ne postoji. U carinskim zakonom i propisima je omogućeno, regulisano, međutim, to još nije zaživelo i trenutno je projekat, u toku je projekat uvođenja NCTS-a. U toku tog projekta kao jedan zadatak je i uvođenje, odnosno implementacija ovlašćenog privrednog subjekta. Završetak projekta će biti 2015. godine, tako da od tada verujem da će biti omogućen i zahtev za ovlašćenog privrednog subjekta.
Zdravko?
Pa ja mislim da sam na jednom slajdu ispomenuo da je zapravo krajnji cilj naš, odnosno budući koraci jeste da isto ostvarimo taj status. Kada će biti, ne znamo, ali očekujemo u narednih 2 godine.
Lindijana, mogu tebe zamoliti za taj ovlašteni status, da ste razmišljali?
Pa naravno da mi razmišljamo i mi bi htjeli to da bude jer to je jako povlastica, međutim o tome nema ništa naprijed, tako da nemamo saradnje sa carinom.
Ima još pitanja možda? Nema?